State is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault bodily injury. Range of punishment is up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. 26 CR 003149, State versus DeAsia Jones. Can I have parties announced?
Lauren Espinoza for the state.
Renee Munoz on behalf of Ms. Jones.
And are you Ms. Jones?
Yes.
Counsel, you received all discovery. Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Jones, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of the Class A assault bodily injury.
No objection.
All right. Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it? State is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault bodily injury. Range of punishment is up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? All right. Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, I could find you guilty and sentence you up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Do you understand? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
She has, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
In my opinion, she does.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
That is correct, Judge.
Ms. Jones, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Satisfied with the way you've been represented? If you're not a U.S. citizen, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and reentry. Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of Class A misdemeanor assault. They're requesting a $500 fine and they're recommending deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be your plea? State defense?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places? By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand any such
No,
motions?
Judge.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 14 months, 80 hours community service restitution, the APSC course, and cognitive thinking. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? To the lesser included offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State, any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor, state offers State's Exhibit 1 in all attachment.
No objection.
All right, state, you may be excused.
Thank you.
Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We're asking this honorable court to accept the negotiated plea bargain agreement that we've had with the state. Seems like they've took into consideration in the offer the age of this defendant client, as well as the circumstances where it seems that she might have some anger issues that needs some addressing, which is why we're asking for that anger management class so she can get better handle on her issues and have good stressors and good outlets for her stress so they don't bottle up and just become to fruition in terms of a chaotic moment. So she's cognizant of that, Judge, and we're asking for a chance at this probation.
All right, how old are you? And have you graduated high school? All right, Where were you in your class? Were you at the top of the class, the bottom of the class, middle of the class? And what were your grades like? What does that mean? Okay and decent. C's in what?
In like math, algebra. That's about it.
Why?
Because I'm not really good.
Nobody starts out being good at math, but you learn your foundation and then you become great at math. So I don't understand why you're not applying yourself. So since you've graduated, what are you doing now with your life?
Right now, August, so I'm taking care of all my stuff for that.
All right.
Getting my shots and I'm doing my SAT. I have to do that.
Okay. Why didn't you start taking your SAT? Usually people do it.
Since it's first college,
Why hasn't that already been done?
7. So I have to go up to the school so that we
All right. You don't have anybody at home to help you?
my mom, but she's not too young.
You didn't have a counselor in school?
I never talked to my counselor. I did have a counselor
Why not?
because I just don't.
Well, you're going to have to. And if you're the first person who's going to college in your family, you're going to have to figure out what you want to study, what your major is going to be in, and you're going to have to figure out what classes you need to take for that. So what are you thinking about studying?
Psychology. I plan on going to school for 2 years there and then transferring to a university to like.
All right, which school?
I'm starting at SAT.
Okay. Is there a reason you're starting there as opposed to just going to a 4-year college?
Yes, because I need time to like figure it out and also I feel like I'll do a great start
Okay.
before jumping into something different.
And where are these anger issues coming from? Because the language you were using in here is inappropriate.
It was coming from, I had an argument with someone before and that's so back off.
As they should.
It was like, I was already like upset that day because I was already on edge. So when it came to like that moment, I was just like.
And what did your mom say about all of this? Yeah, you do. All right, because I can tell you, back in the day when I was in school, you know what would have ended up happening to you? Number one, you would have been sent to the principal's office. Our principal, it never happened to me, but I heard rumors. There was a hole in the wall. They tell you to look in that hole, and then a wooden paddle comes down on you. And then they call your parent. Then your parent comes to school, and you know what ends up happening? That parent tells you to look in the hole, and a paddle comes down on you. And then you're sent back to class, and you never do this again. Now, people file criminal cases. So if you don't change your ways and get a handle on your anger issues, it's not going to go well for you in college. Do you understand? What I can tell you is after you completed this probation, if you need any advice about college, you can come to me, okay? All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 1 year deferred adjudication. There's regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's a $500 fine that will be probated. And is there any reason for, well, she may need to go back to school if she needs to get transcripts or something. There's going to be 800 hours of community service.
80 hours, Judge, no?
Oh, no, I'm doing 100.
Oh, they, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's going to be 100 hours of community service restitution. Ms. Abrams, what do we need to address her anger issues? All right, so the court will deduct 50 hours upon completion of anger management classes. And then the other 50 hours will be deemed satisfied upon enrollment in college.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There is to be regular UAs, field visits 1 time per month, for 3 months. And Ms. Abrams, do you all have anybody that can help her? Because I'm not going to be allowed to do it as long as I'm presiding over this court. Is there anybody can help her or a program that can help her with applications for college or something? Since that's what she wants to do? All right, so you let them know, and counsel, you can make sure you stay on top of that.
Yes, Your Honor.
So they'll know to help her with that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Probation, is there anything else? All right, anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? Because it's plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? Oh, and Ms. Abrams, I'm gonna add no possession of firearms. That may change once you've completed your anger management. All right, good luck to you. Thank you, counsel.
Thank you.
On the record in 2023 CR 0791 State versus Ronnie Simons Jr. Can I have parties announced?
Rick Vania for the state of Texas.
John Robertson from the Diamonds.
All right, you, Mr. Simons. All right, so defense, your client had all previously pled true to violations 2, 2, 4, and 4. The court found 2, 2, 4, and 4 true. The state's recommendation and probation's recommendation is for inpatient treatment.
Yes.
Probation in the state is asking for safety. You're asking for SATA. The reason why, and they tell me as a judge, you should never let people into your brain to see your thought processes. But I don't pay attention to that because I think people need to know that I've heard what parties have said, right? So the reason why I wanted to know about his employment, because honestly, I don't know if he should be in SATF or SafeP. Maybe this is a situation, I don't want him to lose his employment. Maybe this is a situation where I send him off into the world. And if he tests positive, I know the motion to revoke is going to be filed. Do you understand? Probation, do we have an updated tap on Mr. Simons?
I want to say you did, but
Well, if I may, Your Honor.
Yes.
Court summary says the last tap was completed a week ago
Ah,
while he was in jail, and they recommended ISF2 followed by aftercare with the ISP unit. But despite that, probation's recommendation was still SafeP followed by SafeP aftercare.
all right. So here's my question. Has he ever had intensive outpatient treatment or no?
He has not, Your Honor, however, it was never made part of his terms, no.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you speak up so that I can hear and the court reporter can hear. Can you state your name for the record?
Ronnie Simons Jr.
All right, this is what I'm going to tell you. You know yourself. If you're honest with yourself and really look in the mirror, not looking at what you want, right? But what is best for you. You know yourself better than the state, better than your attorney, better than probation. Now, what I'm being told by your counsel, and he's the officer of the court, he called. It appears that you have been employed. I don't know if at your employment they do drug testing or not, but it appears that you were working. And maybe you were afraid, which I don't understand why people are afraid of me. Just come in and tell me, and I'm going to make a decision based upon what I hear. So you know yourself best. So you have to ask yourself, one, can I survive in this world, not violating my conditions of using if I am given intensive outpatient treatment? Thank you. That's my question for you. Are you able to do it? I know when people are released from the jail, they're just so happy they're not going to prison. They're like, I'm going to follow through on everything that's given to me. I'm not going to mess up. I'm not going to use. And then 2 weeks later, they're back to using. So that's my question to you.
But
Positive what?
then I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna, use.
All right. So your employment, what exactly do you do?
I get sent to different apartment complexes and, start the grounds mornings, to do work orders, make readies on apartments.
What now? I mean, are you working outside in the heat? All right.
Basically, that's it, just on site wherever it's in, and so, you know, if I get a permanent job, if somebody wants to hire on, they'll go through the staffing with the process, you know.
All right. Probation. How much is the patch?
The drug patch is $50 every 2 weeks.
All right. There's nothing I can do about that. So here are your two choices. And state if you're in disagreement with the choices I'm going to give them, please let me know. And if you're in disagreement, let me know. Probation, you're in disagreement, let me know. The patch is $50 every 2 weeks. What the patch is, it's a patch. They put it on you. You are not allowed to remove it. It shouldn't come off if you're showered. Now, there have been some people who worked in constructions, and there have been some issues with the patch because of the temperature here in San Antonio and the humidity. That's why I was asking you if you work outside. You can either do the patch and it will be for 90 days, or either you can do the UA hotline for 90 days. And with the UA hotline, they're going to call you. You're going to get tested. You're never going to know when you're going to get tested. And if you test positive, then I'm going to follow the recommendations that probation is set forth for the court. And that will be inpatient treatment, maybe with SAP, or it may be revocation, prison. It just really depends. So thoughts?
As long as probation's fine with that, I'm fine.
Because my main thing is I don't want him to lose his employment if he's finally, I know it's hard for people to get employment when they are felons or not felons, even when they're on deferred adjudication.
Well,
Yes.
my concern though is regarding the two number 4 violations. He's living with the people that are on the no contact order.
Oh, well, that's going to change. You can't live with them. And we can put him on GPS.
I would ask for GPS, yes, until indefinite, until your honor says
So
differently.
here are your choices. Number one, you cannot live with people on the no contact order. Not allowed. That's what the no contact order is for. If they want the no contact order lifted, they need to come in and have a conversation with me because I need to make sure that people feel safe. And the state needs to make sure that people feel safe because if something happens, they're going to ask me why I lifted a no contact order. You understand? So you're not allowed to be with them. So you can either do one or two things. One, I'm going to place you on GPS. It'll be GPS. We're going to start with GPS partial for employment. And then once he's proven he's able to do certain things, then ultimately it'll be tracking, then ultimately it will be removal. But you're not allowed to reside at that household or have contact with the people who are on the non-contact list. Do you understand? Or if you want, you won't have to do the patch. You won't have to do the UA hotline. You go into custody and you wait for transfer to SATF. And is it the patch or the UA hotline? All right. So probation, this is what the court is going to do. Court will deny the motion. Alter and amend to include the patch for 90 days. Partial GPS for employment only. That will be for 90 days. Then after that 90 days, if there are no issues, we'll look at tracking only. and then ultimately removal. And there's to be intensive outpatient treatment with probation. And you need to provide probation with your residence address within, how long is it going to take? Do you have some place that you can stay? I'm sorry, what?
I let my apartment go, so,
So who are you going to be living with?
to cost.
But you do have family members or somebody who will let you stay with them?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, probation. He's going to provide you with his residence address within 72 hours of release. All right. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? All right, if you don't remember your conditions, you need to speak to your probation officer and have them go over those conditions again. If you violate this probation, what's going to end up happening is a motion to revoke is going to be filed. You'll be taken into custody. Either you'll make bond or you won't make bond. Either you'll be continued or you'll be revoked if probation is able to prove up those conditions. And with your case, you're looking at potentially up to 10 years in the prison. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you.
Today's courtroom showcased two very different stories connected by one common theme: personal responsibility. In the first case, Judge Boyd accepted a negotiated plea but looked beyond the criminal charge, challenging a young defendant to build a better future through education, anger management, and accountability. Rather than imposing the harshest possible punishment, the court created incentives that rewarded genuine progress. In the second case, the judge balanced compassion with strict supervision, allowing a probationer to keep his employment while making it crystal clear that another violation could lead directly to prison. Both rulings demonstrate that successful judging isn't just about punishment. It's about protecting the public while giving people a realistic opportunity to change. Now it's your turn to weigh in. Did Judge Boyd strike the right balance between mercy and accountability, or would you have handled either case differently?